Welcome to the About Mansfield Economic Spotlight. We want to thank our sponsor, the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation. I'm Steve Casillo. What we do here is we feature people and their companies that have made an impact on Mansfield. This is a weekly feature, and today's weekly feature, right over to my left, is the CEO and founder of Sellmark, the Sellmark Corporation, James Sellers. Welcome.
It's good to be here, and a great honor to be on the first episode.
This is the first episode, by the way, and it's an honor.
Well, thank you for having me.
And I know that I love calling you friend. I also love calling you my landlord. And as most people know, yes, the Podcast Mansfield recording studios are based out of what we call the Sellmark Studios, and.
Well, excellent. I'm so glad you're here, and you bring great knowledge and news and information to the people of Mansfield. And we need more people out there cheering all the hardworking folks here and on. So thank you for what you do.
But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about Sellmark and the impact that Sellmark has had on Mansfield. And let's go back to the early stages, because I know that Sellmark started out of a garage.
Yes, we are a garage startup.
Yeah.
It started in Coppell, Texas. And we started, people know us today as an innovation leader with many famous global brands. When we started, we were a marketing company, and we offered sales consulting. And we had a pivot in an economic downturn back in 2000 and 2001. And we started importing products and exporting products. And I did that out of my garage and in Coppell, and the neighbors probably didn't appreciate containers showing up and blocking the alleyways, but that is where we started, and it's a tremendous journey that we've been on, and are blessed that we're still in the fight.
We'll talk about that journey going from a garage in Coppell to how did you find the location here in Mansfield, and how did that all come about?
Sure. So Mansfield at that time had a client that was trying to launch a new brand. They developed some new technology in the optics, and they really weren't in a position to hire us as an agency, and they basically developed such an amazing technology that was an opportunity we couldn't pass up. So we partnered with them, and we helped launch this brand. And, from everybody on the outside, it's overnight success, but it took a lot of hard work, a lot of people. And the great thing about working with them in Mansfield is we got to see what Mansfield had to offer. And we started working in Mansfield around 2002, 2003. And if those people that are listening were in Mansfield at that time, the city looked quite a bit different. But they did have a vision of being a great place to have a business, a great place to have a family. And I think that they did a good job of building out the city and growing and still providing that.
And if I recall, MEDC helped you find your
That's right.
Your location.
When we were growing rapidly, really substantially from 2007 to 2010, 11, and we couldn't find space in Mansfield to keep up with the growth. And we were looking at going to another city. MEDC saw something in us that, which credit to them, because a lot of times it's easy to see things after the fact. It's hard to see it in the beginning. And a lot of people talk a great talk, and they come in with great PowerPoint presentations, and they say all the great things. So we had a vision of trying to create a different type of company, a company that was dedicated to innovation technology and the outdoor lifestyle space. Our whole mission is to get people outdoors, get them healthier, moving. And I do believe that people that connect to nature are happier and more fulfilled human beings. And so that's something I'm really proud about, the technology that we bring to the market that allows people to live that outdoor lifestyle.
Well, and that taking that to your employees and healthy employees, that plays into expansion number 3. Talk about the growth of this building, because it started as one, went to phase 2, and now phase 3's been open a year.
So it has been really fantastic. So the city, when you're a startup and you're growing quickly, you put everything back in the company year after year. We couldn't build the building that we have now. We didn't need it all at once. Right. So the city worked with us. And so we worked with them to make this our headquarters. The first phase was about 33,000 square feet. The second, about the same. And the third phase you referenced, we end up bringing that outdoors back in. We have a space in the back called the Grand View, which actually has an overlook of a creek and trees. And it's a modern contemporary space that now our employees, and actually we use it with the community too, come together. And they can have meetings and they can talk about ideas, and they also have a chance to kind of bring the outside inside. We also provide a rec area for our employees after work. They can go de-stress, hang out with their friends.
Play racquetball.
We have a lot of sports and athletics. We have I think one of the best gyms in town that the employees get to use, a sport court. And a gym and sport court, which I need to use more myself. But it's good that it's there for the employees, and we want to make health accessible and build that into the lifestyle. So what we can do to make it easier and accessible, I think, is a really good thing.
And what's really impressive is that there's a chiropractor right here in the building.
We do. And part of the key to the success of the expansion was finding a partner like Get Wellness to come in and offer to the public a lot of the wellness and health things that we wanted our employees to have access to, because there are things that people need that if you can keep people out of surgery and keep them out of a lot of medications, if their bodies can heal themselves, it's a really great thing.
Yeah.
So our employees have a chance to utilize that on location. And then we're also able to add a lot of the health benefits, the exercise. It was a rehab, free weights room and stuff that we wouldn't have been able to do if it wasn't for that partnership with Get Wellness.
Help me out here, because let's get back to Sellmark. Just like Meta is an umbrella for Facebook and Instagram, Sellmark is an umbrella for 6 different products or brand names.
Yes. And
talk about the brand names.
Yeah. So what are the origin of the company ended up evolving into a brand that was launched in 2009 called Pulsar. That's a leader in thermal technology for outdoors. So that's basically like a computer that is able, with a sensor, to see thermal heat signatures from a mile to or more away, and turn that into a focal image. So that's where you see you can spot animals, wildlife management. People use it for hunting. People use it for security. Law enforcement use it to find perpetrators or fugitives or evidence. So it's really cool to have products that are really impacting people in such a profound way with the latest technology. We also have other brands like Sellmark was our first brand we launched in 2007. That's leading the charge for digital rifle scopes and digitalization of optics. And that's using sensors that's similar to this camera here that you use here in the studio. We're now putting that into all sorts of devices that are used outdoors and using optics so that people can do extraordinary things. Firefield has designed a brand that came out after Sellmark, is really trying to attract a younger, newer demographic into hunting and shooting by making it more accessible, exciting, fresh, and new, which has been great, because one of the things, we got to get our kids outdoors. We got to get the next generation to embrace the outdoor lifestyle. So that's the brand that does that. Then we acquired a couple brands from those. The first acquisition was a brand called Kofjager, which is developed by 2 elite Dallas police officers, super neat guys. That should be a podcast in itself. We're proud to be able to take what they've invented, and we're making that here in this building. That's Kofjager. It's a shooting rest platform that allows people to provide safety and security at long distances or use in hunting. So it's a shooting rest platform to increase accuracy.
2 more.
So then we bought another company called Bullet Safe.
Yeah.
And what Bullet Safe does is provide essential protection within reach. So if you're a law officer or a security company and you're going to go into dangerous environments, we provide a body armor that allows them to come home to their families at night, even if the worst should happen. So it's nice to know that we've been saving lives. And when you hear the stories of the people out there that their job requires to put in harm's way, and knowing that you're doing something to help them get home is very satisfying. And the most recent acquisitions, a brand called Enforce, which is a leading technology of flashlights that are used widely by security and law enforcement in Europe. NATO forces use it as well. So we're proud of that. That's manufactured in the United States. We have a facility in Rhode Island that makes those. And it's just a state-of-the-art, really the best flashlight on the market. I think it's one of those hidden gems that soon will become a household name. Yeah. So a lot of plans with all the brands. We have plans to innovate new technologies, new models, and we're actually launching 2 new brands next year.
Oh, wow.
So hold on. Our innovation's just getting started.
The headquarters based right here in Mansfield. I walk up and down the aisles. I don't know everybody that works here because I got my little corner here, but I know I call all the marketing people the geniuses, and you've got your sales staff down there, and an enormous warehouse, and
it's full of product that it's so I get a great sense of satisfaction going in the warehouse and seeing our products go out and touch the lives of people all over the country and all over the world. There's a lot of hard work goes into it. Like you mentioned, you got marketing, you got design, you got engineering, production people, supply chain, accounting, finance, sales. I mean, it takes everybody working together. And this is a shout out for everybody that works in Mansfield. We are blessed to be in a community that supports companies like ours, a place where our employees have good, safe schools, good, safe neighborhoods, a place where you can have leading technology being developed and is safe and secure. We have cities that support innovation and technology. We have a state that supports entrepreneurship and business and want to see businesses successful. It's a great environment to be in. And it's great to be in a community that cares. And I will say this about the business community. We help each other. So anybody in the community will know that we work and network. We have a lot of the common problems. And we would be happy to help anybody in the community also find their success as well.
Yeah. If someone wanted more information about the Sellmark line of brands, would they find that on the Sellmark website?
Sellmark website's a great place to go to find all the websites. That's www.sellmark.com. I understand we don't have to say www anymore, so yeah. I'll just say sellmark.com, super easy. That's SELLMARK.com. And Mansfield's a wonderful community for everybody in Mansfield. We love being here with y'all. We're in the fight. We're going to keep growing and expanding, creating new technologies here in Mansfield. For anybody that's not in Mansfield, I think there's a few spots left. You better hurry, though, because there's not going to be much time if you want to come to Mansfield.
James, appreciate your time. Thanks for launching the first episode of the About Mansfield Economic Spotlight, and thanks for sharing your thoughts about Sellmark.
Thank you so much. Enjoyed it.